Hi guys, it's Helen, and there is a reason why I'm crawling around on the floor at Fine Fettle. So I thought I'd come on today and demonstrate a stretch, and I'm going to start doing this on Wednesdays, and it's just a stretch that I gave out a couple of days ago to a patient. I think it's quite useful for everybody. So the reason I'm this low down is so that you can see my legs. So I'm going to be stretching, let me sit on the floor and tell you, I'm going to be stretching a muscle that we call the psoas muscle, and it's one of your hip flexors, and it comes from your lumbar spine, comes around into your groin, and it lifts your legs up. So the simple form is when you're walking along, you are using your iliopsoas or your psoas muscle all the time. So I'm going to show you how to stretch it, hence I'm down on the floor, because it's the only way I could get it that you could see me as well. So let's go for it. So to stretch your iliopsoas, if I come into this position, what you do first of all is the muscle comes from your lumbar spine here, comes through your body and inserts onto the inner part of your groin here. And you might see people in the gym who will stretch it like this. You might have seen this sort of stretch being done where people lean right into it. Now for me, that doesn't quite stretch what we call the hip flexors, the muscle that lifts your leg up. What it does is you've got your lumbar spine here and you've got the point here where it inserts. And what you're doing is, if you lean forward, all you're doing is taking that muscle in the same length. You're not really stretching. You'll be stretching other things, but not particularly that muscle. Now this muscle is a really powerful muscle, and if it gets shortened, it can restrict you on things like running or walking. A lot of sports people especially have to make sure they stretch out this muscle, and some people that come into the clinic, they have lower back pain. It's actually because their hip flexor is quite restricted. So what I'm going to do is show you how to do it. So the proper way, rather than doing it like this is not the way to do it. What you want to do is you want to come into this position. As long as your knees are okay, you can kneel down. Kneel on one leg with the other leg up in front to support you. This, it's actually my right leg, but you might be seeing it's the left. This leg here is the leg that I'm working on, because this is where I'm going to feel the stretch. So what I do now is I imagine my pelvis here is like a bowl of water, and this is the top of the bowl. What I'm going to do is tip the bowl like this to tip the water out the back. So imagine there is a hole somewhere at the back in your pelvis, and you can tip the water out. So what you do, if I can tuck my pelvis under to show you, is you stick your bottom under. So you tuck your bottom under. If I got water, if I was on a tray of water here, I was trying to keep level, I would be tipping it out the back. So you tuck your pelvis under, and at that point you will feel the stretch into here. If you need to, you can then lean into that stretch a little bit more. But what you don't need to be doing, and let me just drop my pelvis back, if you're managing to lean in like this, you're actually probably not being quite so isolated onto that muscle. So you tip your pelvis underneath, you rock it this way, or you imagine you're tipping the water out of the back of your pelvis, so tip the water out, tip your pelvis under, and you lean into it, and you'll feel the stretch here. If I was to show you on the other side, what I would do is I put, that's the wrong leg, I would kneel on this one, put this one up. What I'm going to do exactly the same, if you imagine this is a bowl of water here and I want to tip the water out, I would tip my pelvis that way. So I tip my pelvis underneath, I can feel the stretch here. If I need to, I will lean into it a little bit more. And that is as tricky as it is to stretch the psoas muscle. For all stretches, I would say you want to stretch them between, I feel like I just sit down here again. When you come in to see me, I don't normally crawl around the floor. Well, I do if I demonstrate stretches, to be honest. For all stretches, for most stretches, you can't go wrong if you stretch them between about 10 to 20 seconds. And probably for that one, I'd repeat it twice on each side. And you could probably do it every day or every other day, or once in the morning, once in the evening. What I don't want you to do though is if you do a stretch and it's painful, I don't want you to carry it on. Just come and find somebody in here, or come and ask me and I'll demonstrate it for you. Or any of the therapists here can demonstrate it for you. But it's a nice simple stretch. It's a really useful one to be able to do, and it's really good for taking the pressure off your lower back, and also if you've got pain in the inner thigh. Now if you've got pain in those areas and you haven't been diagnosed and it is continually going on, then please don't just keep doing that stretch. Do come and find somebody. But yeah, I'm going to start doing stretches every Wednesday. I'll be rolling around the floor at Fine Fettle. I'm not for all of them, there might be some that are standing up, but that's your first one today, how to stretch out your hip flexors. Let me know how you get on, and if you get struggling with it, do pop into the clinic and let me demonstrate it to you in person. Right, I've got to crawl to the phone now. Thanks very much, see you later, and Sue and I will either be live on Thursday or Friday, and Sue would like me to be this low because she always says I look taller than her, but I will be slightly taller than I am today. Speak to you later, bye.